Next up, at UFC Vegas 94, we have Brian Kelleher taking on Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson was the biggest favorite on this card, and that line has tightened a bit. He is now the second biggest favorite on this card. He's taking on Brian Kelleher. Brian Kelleher, 24-15 in his career. Only 2-3 in his last 5. He is on a 3-fight skid. Taking on Cody Gibson, 19-10 in his career. 3-2 in his last 5, looking for his first UFC win in 10 years. 3-2 in his last 5, but those 3 wins were not in the UFC. And I think that's why this line's tightening a bit. I think people look at it, make snap judgments. Brian Kelleher, 3-0, he's washed. This is his last fight, PFL, blah, 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 blah. And they just want to bet on Cody Gibson. Then they look like, oh, shit. Cody Gibson hasn't won a fight in the UFC in 10 years. And then you look at Brian's losses. You're like, oh, my God, 3 losses in a row, but it's Cody Garbrandt, former world champion. Uman Nurmagomedov, potential world champion. Like, these are quality losses. And that's what makes this fight interesting, because Brian Kelleher, he's definitely a few years past his prime. He hasn't won a fight in a couple of years, but he is well-rounded. He's got clean boxing, decent power, good grappling, and great pace. He's really fun to watch. He's always looking for a finish. He has no problem putting himself in harm's way for our entertainment and to try to make something happen. He is on a 3-fight losing skid, but as I mentioned, it's a myriad of former champions or potential future champions. This guy has fought everybody, so his losses are quality. He's taking on Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson is also a few fights removed from a win. Solid striker. He uses his length well. He's very long for this weight class. He can be busy in exchanges. He'll set up his strikes with that length. He'll defend takedowns with that length. Primarily a striker, but if you do take him down, he will have some success working. He'll take you down. He can hold, keep you there, sort of kill the clock. He is very tough. He's a durable guy. He's a gamer. He's coming off that loss to Miles Johns where the wrestling was the difference, but at no point was Cody Gibson out of that fight. He made that fight a dog fight. He makes every fight a dog fight. And I had the same instant reaction as everybody. I saw the matchup. I go, boom, Cody Gibson, done, safety parlay, let's move on. Then you look at Brian Kelleher's record. And it's like, damn, dude, these losses, the last loss, you have to go back to like 2014 for a loss that isn't against a very good guy. And that's the only reason I'm not all in on Cody Gibson. I am picking him to win. I do think the cardio is going to matter. I do think Cody Gibson, even though he is also old, he's not young. I think he's taking his career a little more seriously. I think he's just really trying to get that win and trying to make something happen at the tail end of his career. So Cody Gibson's going to be the pick. I actually do have him in that parlay that I mentioned earlier with Muhammad Usman. And basically what I did was I took 2 guys that I do think win, but I'm a little worried about them. I put them together, and I got plus 174 on that. Cody Gibson's going to be the pick, but I would be very, very careful being overly exposed here. What do you think, Jakey? Boy.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really have much to add to that. I mean, I think Cody's the better fighter. He's going to be the pick, but I'm not spending the minus 200 on it or whatever it is. No thanks. So there you go. Make up some time here.
Yeah, well, back on track. $6,900 in DraftKings, $9,300 in DraftKings. Cody at 93 makes just a touch more sense because Brian does get finished, and he is at a point in his career where he's just trying to have fun. He's just swinging, trying to have fun, and potentially Cody can make something happen. But this is a really, really tricky card for a lot of things. If you do want to unlock the picks, the bets, the round line leans, the tools, the new prop hunter tool, and everything else, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 for an entire month.